So, hi and welcome back, and another one of these intermediate type videos while I'm waiting for stuff to come back, getting stuff developed and that. So I've had another colour film developed, and you can see some of the actual results I got now when I was out in Portugal. This was in December. I know you've seen the other video, but that was when I was out in January. So I've been out twice, between once in December, once in January. So you got those. And today I am talking about a film which has been around since the 1980s and it's constantly changing its name. Or not constantly changing it, but has changed names a few times. And we're talking about the XP2, XP1, XP2, XP2 Plus, XP2 Super, the different iterations. There's 4 iterations of it. And I dug out one of my old XP1 shots, and we're going to look at that, and we're going to look at some of the other shots I've taken, some that have been developed in C41 process and others I've done with ID11. So we're going to look at those now and see what you think. What do you think of this as a film? Is it something you use a lot? I know that it's one of the ones I like to use when I have picked it for the right job. You see, I'm not going to say a go-to film. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, so we're just going to look at a little bit of history of the Ilford XP range, and I used it. I think I first used it perhaps in the early 1980s. I don't have the film anymore that I took. However, I do have one photograph I took in the very early. I think it was 1990. I took the photograph. So I just want to just go through the list, and there are obviously 4 iterations of the XP range, and the first one being XP1. Which I will show you a photograph in a minute of, and that was manufactured between 1981 and 1993, and it was a good film. It was really, I think at the time, because it was so tolerant to exposure latitude, it was really, it was like this incredible film, and it was done on a colour C41 process, which is another thing that was really amazing, so it was kind of well, it still is a unique film, but I know Kodak years later done, I think it was something like something 400N or something. I can't remember what the first 2 numbers were, but there was another Kodak film to compete with it, and I tried that as well. Pretty much the same. Didn't like it as much as XP2 and XP1 and so on. So I know I've got one photograph you're going to see of that. And then obviously it goes to XP2, and that's 1991 to 1996, and then XP2 Plus 96 to 98. So that didn't last very long before they actually become up to date with the current one, which was introduced in 1998. So there you go. There you have it. That's just a little history of the XP2 or XP films. Okay, so this one was taken on XP1, and the reason I know that is because it was taken in 1990, and I was just doing a photo shoot and I had some in the film, and I took this photograph of this lad with these glasses on, and you can see it is a kind of unusual contrast for this type of film. Now, bearing in mind the actual the background wall is that magnolia colour, the wonderful magnolia. So yeah, it gives quite a nice skin tone, and I mean, this really doesn't demonstrate how good XP1 was. And you always remember those back in the day, or even now, they say about new and improved, and you go, no, I love the previous one, and then they do a new and improved, and you don't like it. Anyway, that's another story. So I just want to show you these few photographs, and the next ones I'm going to show you are an XP2 Super, and they were developed in a colour processing lab. They weren't developed the way the last 2 photographs I'm going to show you were. So, and I really like these photographs, and this was taken, you've seen these before. I did a video about them some time ago, and they are just XP2. I was walking, it was a really bright sunny day. I think it might have been Easter or something, and I took these down the Victoria Embankment and took a few shots, and I've just selected 3 that I really like. So there's that one there, and this was developed in a lab. I didn't actually do these myself, but you can see how sharp though. You can see the grain. I really like the grain structure on XP2 as well. One of the other things I do like about it, and you can actually see the see how sharp it was. I think I was almost certainly using my Olympus OM20 for this. Okay, so and then you have this one here, and again it was super bright, so I was using really fast shutter speeds, and perhaps these were slightly overexposed, but as I say, these 3 shots I really like, and I love the way the foam box is lit. And I don't know what this building's called, but it's near Blackfriars Bridge. So you can see it's kind of an iconic shape. Yeah, I really like this. You've got the old power station chimney as well, and then you've got the Shard in the background, which really looks cool. And my favourite photograph of these 3 is this one. And this is, to me, is going to be a shot I want done as a poster, because it encompasses, you know, it shows depth, it shows distance, it shows magnitude of building sizes and that sort of thing. And I really do like this one. And again, this was taken on this same day, and as I say, developed in a lab. But the last couple I'm going to show you, and I'll go back to front. So this one here, I took these up when I was up in Manchester, and I had the XP2 in, I don't know what it was in. I think it might have been I think again it might have been in my Olympus. But what I did was I developed it in ID11. So instead of it being a color process, I was informed if I pull it to 200 and then develop it in ID11, you get lovely results with it. And I am just like, this is it. This is how I want to use the film, and this is how I've been using the film since I've learned how to do this method. So I pull it to 200 and do this. If I wanted to do C41, I can now, because I've got the chemistry to do that. But you can see, it's like, this is what black and white photography is, my friends. This is what black and white photography is. And I'll show you the last one. This is my favorite one, and I'm probably gonna get this one printed. And it's just that one shot in the middle of the little combination lock here. And I don't know, there's something about it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little video about my experience with the XP series and the enjoyment of working with it over the years and using it now quite often when I go out photographing. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you very shortly.